Right. We abandon Enoch for Proverbs. We smoke a lot of weed. And I'm pretty sure we summon the Holy Spirit. Don't want to blow anything up your butthole, but it's a pretty inspired episode. To the elect!
Hey, buddy, I'm feeling really. I feel good. I just feel just not quite all there today. I don't know what it is. But I'm ready to go. Let's rock and roll, people.
No one at home can see this, unfortunately. No one listening from their car, but that's fucking funny.
What?
It's like...
Oh, there he is.
There we go. I was going to say, it's Sunday morning.
Sunday morning, you sure look weird.
Oh, man. You were gigging, huh?
Yeah, we played in... Oh, dude.
Oh, I should mute that.
What?
Oh, I take sips of coffee in the mic. I literally have nightmares about it.
Because that's like what you spend all your time doing.
It's just, I just don't. I love people are listening. I feel so rude.
Yeah, you know that little button you have there. That's the one. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
If you press that just before you make the slurpy noise, it magically saves you work in the future.
It's weird how by thousands of hours.
You know how much Editor Leif hates Podcaster Leif?
So much.
I've gotten comments. I really like your podcast. Leif's really loud.
Oh, am I?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Mostly, actually, it's both of us. Mostly, it's this though.
Oh yeah. Say, I spend hours working on.
You must.
Yeah.
Not you. Editor Leif.
Editor
Leif hates us.
He just smokes joints, pacing in a circle, cursing.
I swear to God, if that asshole doesn't start using the snuff button.
If you use but or like one more time, you stupid, dirty little fuck. You dumb homeschooled piece of shit.
Yeah.
It's rough. It's been like... then I just do it. Then I just drop it instantly. It's like I'm a fucking idiot. See, with this extra time this morning, because my buddy's here, so I was going to do it sober, but I got to take a walk and read the Bible a little more and commune with the spirits, if you will. So now I'm already blazed.
Nice.
Yeah.
Look what I'm trying out here, pal.
What are they, bees? What is this? Energy and focus. You taking drugs, bro?
Neuromints. You know why? Because Joe Rogan said so. He calls the shots for all those guys. You know what that book should be called? Yes, I Can, if Joe Rogan says it's okay.
What's that from? No. What movie is that?
Have you gotten to the part where Joe Rogan's walking down Fifth Avenue? Sammy comes out of the copa.
Yeah, right? Yeah, exactly.
Ladies and gentlemen, a little Spinal Tap for you.
But they're so rude. I don't know. I didn't expect them to be so rude.
I would never tell them this, but
they're British.
This is a fad.
I like that we could quote Spinal Tap almost scene for scene.
Yeah, we went and had a gig in Richland, Washington.
Oh yeah.
We played outside the tent for an outdoor fundraiser.
Oh yeah. Everyone's got to make money. Was it good? Was it cool?
Well, that's a good question, Leif. That's a perfectly fair question. Well, so the deal was we knew we're going to start doing corporate gigs. We're going to catch weird ones, right?
Yeah.
We ended the first song.
Ooh.
Literally, other than our breathing, the only noise you could hear that would delineate or that would show that there were people in the vicinity was the clinking of silverware on plates and
Julie.
not not even a woo, not a strike. No flesh was pressed together in acknowledgement that a song had finished by people performing it. And we were like, okay,
right. This is how this is going.
It was so fun.
It was fun. Yeah, usually you sometimes play better because if you don't give a fuck about the audience,
Or, I mean, if there's no audience. So they were in this big tent, and then we were across this little field on a stage in the dark, in the cold.
Okay.
Not unlike where our Savior was born.
Something like a house or a manger, depending on.
We were in the manger.
You're in the manger. Yeah.
There was no room for us in the inn. But and I was on the drive over there. I was wondering, because we
long drive.
It wasn't that bad. It was only to Richland. I'm used to going to Walla Walla.
So Walla Walla's worse.
Walla Walla sucks.
Yeah.
Because then you get there and you're in Walla Walla. You've done all that work and you're still just in Walla Walla.
Right.
But on the way over there, I was like, are we really going to do what we do? Are we going to because we'll take the end of Rhiannon and we'll turn it into a seance. We'll turn it into a fucking
fucking extendo jammo.
Kathy Moore style. Right? Chandler.
I paid $20 for that shit right there.
The part where she lays back and her feet come off the ground and she just levitating.
I've actually never seen her play. I just see clips. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I paid $20 just to see that right there.
We not only did we do that, at the end of the chain, we took it to places we've never been before. Like we went all the way around and looked back at ourselves.
And for those who don't play music, it's tricky because you don't know what's going to happen moment by moment as you're stepping into those everyone has to be good, otherwise it starts sounding real bad.
Everybody listening, everybody with their ears wide open, like, okay,
what happened right after you guys fucking pierced the veil?
It was so there were a couple of moments that were just astounding. The first one, we got people dancing twice.
That's killer.
Like 6 women came out at the beginning.
That's a Jeff Redding standard, though. You get hip swinging.
Okay, all right, that's fair enough. We were playing "Go Your Own Way," which is that's some people's favorite song. And that's
I'm gonna get my groove back. Said Stella on the dance floor right now.
That is exactly what it was. It was a circle of 6 women getting their groove back, Richland style. Totally, that's so what it was. That's hilarious. Empowering, it was great. It was awesome. So that song is really weird. I don't know if you know that, but it's so simple, it's weird, and apparently they made it that way.
Rihanna or the chain?
The chain.
Yeah.
No. Go Your Own Way. Go Your Own Way.
Yeah, it's got that off-time guitar. It's like fucking. It goes over the bar line, right?
Exactly, and you don't figure out where the downbeat is until you get to the chorus.
Right.
And so we, the rhythm section, me and the bass player Richard and Patrick have gotten together now 2 separate times.
So this fucking just tight as balls.
It is now, but it wasn't. We did it a few times and got it right, and then we got it wrong in front of people, and I'm like, okay, let's get together, and we sort of worked it out, and then we did it a few more times, and then we did it wrong a few more times, and I'm like, we got to get back together, and and then we sort of talked it out, and everybody got and then so I'm over here with Richard and Patrick, and we're laying and we're nailing it, crushing, and we're about
on brand for these people.
They're phenomenal. Everybody
phenomenal.
I kind of halfway through the second chorus, I sort of just inadvertently sort of look this way, and Kathy Moore's face is right here, and she's like,
just bringing the fucking rock.
She wants me to speed it up a little bit for the solo. I'm like, okay, no, gotcha, thank you, and so
you're like, giddy up.
Kathy Moore's like this. She's got a crop on me. She's like,
get some wings behind this shit,
right? And the women dancing Like they're in the circle, and the circle, as Kathy Moore ignites her flamethrower and starts across the field where they're at the other side. They sort of like go from a circle into like a lineup staring at her, like still sort of moving, but just like they've been like ignited, you know, like, oh my God, I'm being burned alive.
Am I a lesbian? Do I want to play guitar now?
And she just absolutely incinerated those people. And at the end, they were just like, they didn't know whether Jesus had been shot or hung by the Indians. He just didn't know.
Yeah, that is like, even at 3:00 this morning, I was watching clips. Like, that's my favorite part about Facebook is Kathy Moore shredding. so many great little videos. It's like, good God damn. Yeah. That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Richland.
Well, we all talked.
That's God's country.
Yes.
If you give God's country, if you just like sprinkle some meth. Just sprinkle some meth on it.
Richard and Anastasia went to a grocery store, and it ended up being Fred Meyer to get some snacks or whatever. Apparently the bumper stickers, I couldn't discern. They were like, wow, there were some bumper stickers at Fred Meyer's that were pretty telling. And
dude.
I couldn't tell if they were on cars already or if there was a rack of them at Fred Meyer for sale, but they were all like, you know, abortion means killing. And
oh, yeah. Yeah. Did you guys ever play Ray's Golden Lion down there?
Not yet.
It's I think it's actually back. Yeah, it's like it was a Chinese restaurant that had a venue. It's perfect. And you know, the Loudermilk boys are from down there, so like,
right,
they have this fucking awesome fake new metal band called Morbid Skull. And like
they do or they did.
I think they did because I'm pretty sure Austin, the lead singer, passed away recently.
Oh, so not just all the Loudermilk guys, or who?
No, it's just a bunch of cool. There's a bunch of cool bands from that area, Tri Cities. Mume San was one of them. I can't remember the other one right now, but there was some like fucking, you know, rad bands from there. And so they had this fake metal band, and it was total like it was like Mark, you know, who's like now a fucking crazy rock star, and he played guitar, and he would wear this weird outfit, and he would just. Like, it'd be like these metal songs, like, because I'm wide open, like horrible. And it would stop, and Mark would be like, in 1965, our gym teacher, Mr. Robinson, was abducted by aliens in the Mrs. Fields. Like, he just starts spouting weird, like, propaganda shit. And Isaac played bass.
Oh, nice.
And he looked like, not Osama, but who was before him? Who was the other person they're trying to have this beef?
Hey, what?
Saddam Hussein. He looks like he had a Saddam Hussein mask, a big one. It was huge. Like his head was huge. And he played bass. It was the funniest band. And it was totally a joke, but because all the bands were huge from that area, it was like sold out, right?
Right.
And so Shane and I were just watching in the audience, and they did this amazing thing where they got half the room to shout something and the other half the room to shout something. And this side would shout and they'd whisper, Lucifer, arise. For Morbid Skull. So they'd say like the first half quiet, right? And then they'd yell. And then they got the other side to yell, because this is back during George Bush, during W. They got him to yell, Bush's America is totally gay. But when they got the chant going, it was Morbid Skull is totally gay. Morbid Skull is totally like that's all you heard, right? So it was like this perfectly orchestrated. Awesome. It was so goddamn funny. And then, you know, we were laughing, we're loading out, and there was like 3 fucking truck full of fucking good old boys out front. Just, you know, like dudes in the back. And we all had to load out the back and go to Denny's through the back door because we were like, because they were like, what you guys say about Bush? You know?
Oh, no.
So they didn't even get the fucking joke. That was in Richland.
It's not a joke, dude. Not a fucking joke, dude. It's our president. Have some fucking respect.
How weird is it that from where we stand now, George Bush was actually W was actually kind of fucking presidential.
He wasn't. He still wasn't. He was a cokehead.
I'm right, but I see clips of him and what I used to be outraged by when
Oh yeah.
did you see clips of fucking
Well,
Huntsman?
fool me once, and shame on you, and fool you twice, and won't get fooled again.
Watch me sink this putt. It's like we're gonna blow the fuck out of half the world. Now watch this drive.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, as far as like demeanor and delivery, as far as like pedigree.
I was in the middle of talking about this too. I kind of like that we stay out of politics because we're so hard in the paint on everyone else's no spot. With religion, it's hard to fucking keep people civil at Thanksgiving once you bring up politics or religion, right? So.
Yeah. Well, I figure we spend so much time just like clearing the lane at our end of the court. It's like, what are we going to do? We're going to like fucking go down and be an asshole on that end of the court too?
Yeah, I feel, yeah.
Like what was that guy's name? Fucking Bill Lambier on both ends of the court. Man.
Well, I mean, that's kind of a decency. Yeah, we can, through the lens of my trauma, religiously speaking, we can clear the lanes. There are a lot of good Christians out there. Just
I didn't listen to the last episode. I just loved the name of it. I'm like, I remember that one.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah. It's making me think a lot too. Because again, I don't know. Yeah, people don't consider me a Christian. Not from where I came from. Not even the heathens at the Firehouse Pub in Buckley, Washington.
Yeah. Well, again, that's not the question, is it? It's like, what do you think?
And it's, oh God, I just took a sip. I'm sorry, people. I won't be drinking coffee in years. It's fun because.
Yes, you will.
It's starting to like allow me to, because, we've been doing this for a minute now. I appreciate that. People don't realize we've been doing this for fucking 20 years. Whatever, right. It's been just so much anger, and when I do have to listen and edit them, I'm just like, I can just watch myself, like my shoulders. I'm like, and I just objectively speaking, if you're watching yourself be viscerally moved this way, you got some blind spots. Like it got to be that deep. Oh, okay, it's time to I need to meditate or some
shit. Yeah, the older I get, I think it's just therapy. I think it's fucking just therapy. Like, I'm not sure. I'm going to start.
That helps.
I'm on my way back to therapy because it's like, there's just.
Therapy's great,
you get to a point in your life where it's like, fuck, you get the further away from the last bout of therapy you did, the heavier and more obtuse your baggage gets. And it gets harder and harder to deny that you're walking around with this giant thing you carry with you.
Oh God!
Because everybody, you bump into everybody with it. Yeah. You're just like,
right. You're just like, oops, did I do that?
Yeah, it's totally. Yeah, and yeah. So I don't think you can get through that shit on your own. I don't think I think we fool ourselves into thinking that we are we're totally I'm great. I got all this taken care of. And then you're like,
well, especially I don't know. I think
I'm talking about me right now, not you.
Yeah, as you say, the younger generation seem to be all about it. They're like, yes, let me talk.
Yeah.
But
the stigma has been removed,
right?
Generationally.
Yeah. Like acid and mushrooms and shit too. But yeah, it's like, talk therapy is so helpful. It's so, sometimes you just needed 5 minutes to say the stupid shit that you didn't want to say aloud,
or an hour. Or 20 hours.
Yeah. There's been, dude, I need to find a therapist again. I need one. But
way ahead of you.
Yeah. Well, the hot yoga really helps me.
Yeah, and that stuff is super helpful. I just think that until you say shit out loud, I mean, exactly what you just said, talking to someone, like saying shit out loud, your thoughts do not define you, your actions do. And until you say something out loud, it's not real. It's just a thought. It's like, you can say, I'm I can be sitting here thinking I am going to cut Leif's fucking head off the next time I see him, and I'm going to make him, and I'm going to bring him back to life and make him eat it. It's like, but if I don't do it,
yeah.
and I don't fixate him, it's nothing, But so
yeah. I was holding back so many jokes so you could make your point because I was trying to be a good friend. I'm sorry, just so you know.
Go ahead.
No.
Point is made. No, go ahead,
for
please.
30 minutes now. This has been too fun. I have like a Bible verse in front of us, and I can't even.
Which one is it?
Oh, it's the 16th of April. So I chose to read Proverbs 16 this morning at 3 a.m. And there's a bunch of good ones, but I just decided to do this one for you because, again, prepubescent Leif reading this verse, freaking out that God knows everything.
Okay.
So Proverbs 16:4, it says, "The Lord hath made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. Everyone that is proud in heart is an abomination to the Lord. Though hand join in hand, he shall not be unpunished."
That part.
It's just like there's all these, growing up, I was taught that the Bible had one message and like spoke what they say with a univocality. And so a bunch of these verses kind of paint God as like literally knowing everything, seeing everything, making even the bad, even the fucking evil, or
yeah. What do you think's going to happen what do you think's going to happen when you die?
That's a good question. I don't, dude, right? I think about it a lot, especially,
No. What do you think's going to happen when you die?
Well,
so good. What is it?
I don't know. I don't know. How can you? I don't know. What do you think?
Okay. I think that it's like a little bit like a light bulb,
Okay.
like the shell stops working, but you can't kill energy. And I think that this whole apparatus is all just energy.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think our energy goes out and rejoins the collective energy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the all-knowing, all being everywhere all the time.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I think.
I mean, yeah, that goes with the drug stuff. There seems to be a huge factor of it. But I was on this. I took. Oh God, we'll get into Enoch. We were like, we're gonna read Enoch really fast.
Oh,
but
you want me to finish this proverb? It sounds like a pretty good one. Or was that
all of them are pretty good. I'll tell a drug story for you because it fits into this, and then we'll just go into it. But like, I did these mushrooms and kid free time, and like I was just in my bed sleeping, eyes closed, tripping, having the best time.
It's my favorite.
It's so good, right? And I was like on this conveyor belt, and it was like reality. And there's all these electronical arms that were all kind of the same, purple and white in this way. And they would come down and like make a banana or like put a leg on someone and like
Monty Python style.
Yeah. But like kind of slick, like even futuristically future. And so it was like, I was on this conveyor belt. And it was a real light trip. So I was like, had to keep my eyes closed to keep it going. And I asked it, I was like, what's outside the simulation? I feel like there's, unfortunately, I think it was Elon Musk tweeted that. But anyway, it was fresh in my head because I'd seen it on a feed somewhere, and like fucking, as I asked that, this electronical arm went to, excuse me. As I asked that, this electronical arm shoots over to the side where the wall is. I thought was a wall, like a big corridor, and it just like pulls it up. And there's like forever other arms doing the exact same thing, like to infinity.
Yeah.
you know? And so, like, ever since I've had that trip, it really makes me wonder, like, maybe this just happens again and again and again and again and again and again and again.
Well, you see that. I mean, dude, you see these pictures now. What is it? The Jim Webb telescope?
James Webb.
James Webb.
Yeah, yeah.
I call him Jim because we're
Yeah.
buddies. You know? We're tight. You know, it's cool.
We have Taco Tuesdays. You know, me and Jimbo.
He gets it into his cups. He's kind of an asshole, but very, very intelligent guy. Jim Webb. Yeah, apparently there are galaxies fucking everywhere. Everywhere. They picture of our solar system, bam, galaxies in the back.
Like a lot. More than they thought.
Like infinite. Like fucking, and not infinite galaxies that are full of suns, most of which have planets around them. So just let that infinite galaxies. So the Milky Way is our galaxy. It's our fucking. We can't.
We haven't even beat all the levels of this Milky Way.
We can't even walk to our neighbor's house.
No.
In our galaxy.
No.
And there are infinite in our neighborhood. There are infinite neighborhoods. Okay, so you know, fill in the blanks there, pal. You're told that I love the curtain. I love the curtain. It's like,
yep.
It's like, well,
that's what it is forever. It's all this. I mean, it does. I don't know.
I don't want to see that shit. I don't want to know that. I don't want to know that it's just like, oh.
Oh, I think you do. You need to do that. Allegedly, DMT. I got you. By the way.
No, I know. I'm trying to. I got to lose some weight first.
Why?
I'm afraid my heart will pop.
What are you talking about?
I'm afraid my heart will pop.
Yeah. Why? Why would that be?
Well, because I've never done it, and I'm fucking 55 years old, and you know, like,
it's not that. I think it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah. Okay.
Do it light. Oh,
I don't want to do it.
Well, touche.
I don't want to do it light. I want to fucking get after it, man. I want to go down. I want to fucking.
It does have a shelf life.
What?
Yeah, it's gonna go bad.
What?
Sure.
Dude, what are you talking? Is it really?
Yeah.
That's information I needed.
Yeah, I thought you knew. I think you should just do a little bit of it.
Okay.
And then try one trip light.
Right.
And then the next trip be like.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Because it is actually
organic.
One of the things that I have found so crazy about, because I used to hate drugs. And I thought they made you a loser and they were evil and shit. And then I realized, like, oh man, no, you can better yourself. You can, but they give you like a momentary rest from the physical realm. Like when you do DMT, you just feel like you're getting 1,000 warm hugs. Your body doesn't hurt. Like when you start coming back, you'll like feel your neck sometimes and be like, oh wow, you know, and like, oh yeah. You know, or we have like a really good mushroom trip. Your body's like not there. So therefore, like that, my sciatica, you know, like that shit ain't fucking getting in the way of your mental.
Right.
Why'd I say mental? I'm not hip. I'm not young.
No, that's getting in the way of your mental's good, man.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it's true. All right. Are we doing Proverbs? Or are we going back to, we're going to rock through Enoch?
You know, let's do this. We'll read all of the Proverbs 16 today instead, because I'll look through this book and see if there's anything worth reading next time.
Okay.
Right? And if not, we'll just go into the next, because this is killing my inspiration. Is this, you know what I'm saying? Like, I hate it now. Like, it was so cool for a minute, but like,
you know, I mean, I didn't mind the part where the dude with horse dicks were fucking cows. Just as entertainment value. I'm not into that sort of. I'm not like. Don't
no,
get me,
it was just. It was. Yeah, you're like, wow, that was shocking.
Yeah, I just didn't see it coming. Star dudes fell from the sky, released the giant Shwan, and then fucking bud, whoa,
fucking got some dirty. You mean he was Bruce Willis the whole time?
What? You mean he was dead the whole time?
No,
But
I was trying to make it it's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
which one? I love that show.
Yeah, he goes, "Did you know he was Bruce Willis the whole time?" Charlie Day, you know.
instead of
Yeah.
instead of he was dead the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's the best.
It's one of my favorite parts about Ocean's 12.
What's that?
Ocean's 12, that movie that George Clooney and
No, I
oh
what's the
right,
part?
right. They get to Europe. What's that? It's a movie they
Well,
made
so
with
even
cameras and
lighting,
the
they-
people starring it and you fucking ass. What an ass hat. Hey, Mr. Asshat, explain your fucking story. Well, it's a movie, and movies are a form of media, and they're an artistic expression that Bruce Willis is in it, and like he's following them around at the end, and everybody he runs into is like, "Yeah, I knew he was dead." He's like, "Oh, really? Then why did it make $60 million?" He's just like, and then he's totally creeps out and hits on what's her name.
Oh, that's funny. I don't know this.
What's
Do you know it's so sad what's happening to him? Do you hear about all that shit?
Yeah. What is it? Is it?
It's like some intense form of dementia, like some dementia plus shit.
That's no fun.
Yeah.
And and at his age,
it's like
deterioration.
It's happening quickly.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah, let's do
Proverbs?
Right? Yeah, fuck. I'm like,
Dude,
people are listening. We can't
be
be rude to them. Like, we can't be like hating it this much.
Well, I don't hear anyone, but there's only one guy using the word hate.
Yeah. Well, if we're not having fun, I don't think they're gonna have fun. Or maybe they will actually, huh?
I think we should just make a decision. Go with it. Not
Proverbs is good. I was just trying to make this funny as we're transitioning over to it. Yeah, no, this is just a fail. I need more weed. See.
Okay, well, let's just
yeah. Sorry.
Are they gonna hate us now? And you want me to do it?
Yeah, why not? What
the
Bible app?
16? I got it. No, I got it right here.
Yeah, what
dude, I'm getting good at the Bible app.
Look at that.
Well, I'm not confused when Enoch doesn't show up here anymore. I know where to go. Yeah. So,
yeah. I'm that's rad.
All right, cool. This is Proverbs 16. The preparations of the heart in man, and the answer of the tongue is the Lord. All the ways of a man are clean in his own eyes, but the Lord weigheth the spirits. Dun dun dun. Dun, dun, dun.
You're going to hell.
But commit thy works unto the Lord, and thy thoughts shall be established. The Lord hath made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. Every one that is proud in heart is an abomination to the Lord. Though hand join in hand, he shall not be unpunished. Be mercy and truth. Iniquity is purged, and by the fear of the Lord men depart from evil. See, that's the thing. I don't think you can scare someone into being good. It says by fear of the Lord, then you won't be like you've lost. If you're trying to scare someone, you've lost already.
There's another one of these verses that say the beginning of fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Well, but I wonder because I always.
Well, it depends on what you mean by wisdom.
Or even with the Lord, God damn it, because they might be calling hurricanes and like tornadoes and like lightning. Lord. They're like, don't, they're basically like, don't turn your back on the ocean. Is this maybe what they could be saying?
So true, and that and then we're totally on board. We're in line then because it's like if they're talking about the Lord as, Dan.
But it's not. No, it's unfortunate. It's like
But Dan also says that there's like a million different lords, right? Like it's not just this one.
Yeah, it's all gonna. So I mean, it depends on how you're gonna interpret it, right? And
We should just start speaking for Dan until he
We
comes.
should until he comes on.
Until he comes to show. Would you stop saying what I would say? I swear to God, you morons.
Dude, I took his class on the biblical canon.
How was it?
Oh, dude, it is like the amount of times I just used like should tell you my intelligence level, and it's so hard when you like they're so smart and like these words they use, and like so I'm always just googling fucking words, you know, and like looking it up, and I'm just like, God damn, it's so. And then some of the books, yeah, it's amazing. Oh, sorry, it definitely is showing me exactly where my intelligence level is. You know,
that's so great.
It is. It's complicated. These issues are complicated, and I guess this arose from stuff you were bringing up, and what you were saying was reminding me of this thing that Dan always says too. That it's like these texts have no meaning. Like we're the ones putting meaning onto this, you know, and it's our interpretive lenses. So like if you're going to choose to focus on this section of the Bible, God's going to be an all-knowing, all-powerful, all-loving God. If you choose to focus on these verses of the Bible, he's going to be a baby killer, you know.
Well, yeah, because they're so juxtaposed on each other. They're just like there's nothing congruent,
Yeah.
there's nothing symmetric. You know,
Yeah.
there's no symmetry whatsoever to it. It's all like one time it's over here, one time he's over here, one time he's happy, one time he's shanking you, one time he's saving you, one time he's dropping locust on you. You know, it's like
maybe he is all those things too,
or maybe there's more than one.
Yeah, I mean,
you know, Dan would say there's more than one.
I bet he would. As an LDS,
you know what else Dan would say? I think Dan would say, you know, the sun and the moon are actually made of cheese. It's not a tough question. If the moon was made of spare would you eat it?
Would you eat it?
I know I would. It's not a tough question. That's why they call me Whiskers. I'm curious like a cat. we were watching
as long as the people, I'm not loud. You make me laugh too hard, so I look like an easy date. That's the problem, and I gotta get this away as I'm laughing.
Yeah,
I'll get this, but I'll get that better.
Yeah, we were watching a show, and I couldn't remember which. We were watching a show, and it's like the guy was like, I thought it was a documentary or something, and it just seemed like he was that guy. I gotta remember it anyway. And the thoughts shall be established. The Lord has made all things for himself. By mercy and truth, iniquity is purged. By the fear of the Lord.
What verse are you on now?
6.
6.
By the mercy and truth, iniquity is purged. And by the fear of the Lord, men depart from evil. When a man's ways please the Lord, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him. Better is a little with righteousness than the great revenue without right. A man's heart devises his way, but the Lord directeth his steps.
Yes. See, dude's homeboy's not even in control of his feet.
No.
See what I'm saying?
Well, but when he was hopping, it's because the Lord was his other foot.
When you would break dance, it's because my spirit was upon you.
That's because I was tickling your butt. That's why you were spinning like that.
But right when you read these kind of words over and over, don't you get the sense of an omniscient God, an omnipresent God?
Oh, you mean like
just from these words?
Oh,
a man's heart devises the way, but the Lord directeth his steps. Excuse me.
Yeah, that's cool. Maybe that's true. But when I'm like, about to take a right turn, and then for no reason, I zoom across 2 lanes to the turn lane because the light's green and take a left. He wanted me to go right, and I went left. It's called free will, Leif. Look into it.
Man, yeah. One of my favorite people does not believe in it.
Who?
I think 2 actually. Sam Harris.
Doesn't believe in what?
Free will.
Oh yeah, no.
And Robert Sapolsky.
I don't. I'm not. His name was Robert
His
Sapolsky.
name was Robert Sapolsky.
I don't have a belief, man. I don't know shit.
Right?
I have no idea. I have an idea about
I don't
what
know
happens
if there
at
is
the
free
end.
will,
That's
though.
all.
I wonder.
Well, it'll just be wondering. You'll never know. Not till the end.
Calvinists have a different opinion than you.
I don't know, Calvin.
Oh man, this might be what we do next then, because there's some
You mean
verses.
like Calvin and Hobbes?
I wish
Yeah.
that would be a billion times better. Now I gotta fucking talk about dumb shit.
Should we read Calvin and Hobbes next? Let's get high and read Calvin and Hobbes. That's something I spent a lot of time doing growing up. So if you want to
see, it's been done. I wasn't even allowed to read Calvin and Hobbes because he was
buddy.
mischievous.
Oh yeah, and he talked to an imaginary. You know, he instilled life into this inanimate object.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Well, which is weird because so there's these verses in the Bible, in the New Testament that say a lot of stuff to the effect of "to the elect of Christ, chosen before the foundation of the world," you know, and to you who are predestined in Christ before the earth, you know, like there's these words that like Christians take apart in a message that says that essentially God knows who's going to heaven before they're even born.
Right. Well, and again, and Dan says that no, they don't say that.
Oh no, read it. No, I totally. Romans also says, "I've created." God speaking. I've created some vessels for honor and some for dishonor. Speaking of heaven and hell. So there's a ton of imagery, and it's why, you know,
well, when you say imagery, that means that you read words and get an image in your head, because it doesn't say heaven and hell. It doesn't say you are going somewhere. It's not literally.
So we might have to do a deep dive on this, because it's so dumb, but it is a I would say, like, it does seem to be the writer, whoever was writing these books.
And can we talk to him?
No, we don't even know who it is, dog.
Oh, don't even know who it is.
No, but if I was to take you to these passages, which we're not for this Proverbs, so we're not gonna do, but maybe in the future, you'd see that, like, yeah, they seem to think that God knows who is going to go to heaven before they're born.
Okay, so here's what I want you to do from now on. Anytime you read the Bible, okay, I want you to imagine that the Bible was written by a distant, what do you call it when you're related to someone back in the past? Not a relative, but like a lineage, you know, like is it just relative? Relatives are still alive. What is it when they're what like your great grandfather? What is that? Doesn't matter. Somebody like who begat Mike Squires. Okay, like it's a guy who's like, I got this. I'm gonna write some shit. He's like, instead of being a guitar guy, and he like figures out like the ragingest guitar solo he can write, he's just like, I'm gonna write. I'm gonna write the story, and it's gonna be fucking hilarious, and people are gonna freak the fuck out, and it's all just creative mumbo jumbo.
But it might not be.
No, I'm just saying.
I'm just doing devil's advocate here.
No, I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying I want you to think about it that way. I'm just saying I need you to like get where you can be like, oh shit, this is Mike Squires. He's just fucking with me.
Well,
it's that shit. Okay, because you can't say it's not. You know what I mean? That's that. I just need you to like.
What do you mean it's not? What do you mean?
I'm just saying you can't tell me that it wasn't a person like Mike Squires writing out a giant guitar solo. It's not. He's not trying to convince you he's a deity or that this is like an opera. He's just doing what's passionate to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, and a lot of these come from they come from Paul, which we already know. We hate Paul, so.
And you don't know that for sure.
Well, it comes from the letters that are accredited to Paul.
Whatever. You know what? You can keep talking around it all you want.
It's funny because we're on the same side, but I will.
He could.
That's what I'm following you down this rabbit hole. Yeah,
okay. Yeah. It's not even a rabbit. It's just an idea.
Well, I want to
plant. I want to plant in you that there is not that it's true, but that there's a possibility.
Yeah.
All of this shit was just written by people like Mike Squires.
Yeah. And that's why when you ask me if I'm a Christian, I'm like, no, because I don't take the whole thing.
Right.
Because I can't take the whole book now. I don't take the whole message. I don't, especially with fucking morality.
Yeah.
With
you know what's right in your heart.
Yeah.
You know what's right and moral. I don't think anybody needs to be told what is right and what is wrong.
Well, maybe 2,000 years ago they did, and maybe we still need a little bit of that now. But I don't think what you find in the Bible is the correct, like the Ten Commandments. They could be a lot better. They could be a lot better, right?
Made all things for himself.
But yeah, you're going back. I do like the freeing up some of my CPU in my brain to read this book and not know what it means, at all, though. As I'm reading it now lately, it's been
disassociate.
Yeah, well, it's also because I get stoned, right?
That makes it really hard to disassociate. Yeah, that's for I totally. I can relate to that.
Yeah. We're at 10.
There's righteousness with great evil. This reviews like was it 10?
Yeah.
But the Lord direction, yeah, directive his steps. A divine sentence is in the lips of the king. His mouth transgresseth not in judgment. A just weight and balance are the Lord's, and the weights of the bag are his work. It is an abomination to kings to commit wickedness, for the throne is established by righteousness. Righteous lips are the delight of kings. Really? And they love him that speaketh right. The wrath of a king is as messengers of death. The wrath of a king is as messengers of death, but a wise man will pacify it. In the light of the king's countenance is life, and his favor is as a cloud of the latter rain. How much better is it to get wisdom than gold?
Yeah.
I'll take some gold. If you want, give me the gold first. Let me spend all that, and then give me the wisdom, and I'll tell you which is better.
Yeah,
how's that? Can we start there?
Massive reasons that I was horrible with money. I would just give it all away constantly.
Yeah.
Yep. Stupid.
Oh, so maybe we should do a Pepsi challenge, Leif.
What?
Why don't you give me all of your gold? And then we'll wait like a month or two, and then you give me all your wisdom.
Okay.
And then I'll tell you which is better.
Here's the truth. If you are a real Christian, biblically speaking, that is something you would do. Of course, not to you, because you have to be in need.
And to get understanding rather than to be chosen. And to get understanding rather to be chosen than silver. And to get understanding rather
wisdom
to be chosen than silver.
Wisdom and understanding are more important than monies.
Yeah. Okay. The highway of the upright is to depart from evil.
Oh, God.
He that keepeth his peace, he that keepeth his way, preserveth his soul. Pride goeth before destruction. We've all heard that.
Shit.
Yeah. And an haughty spirit before a fall. Before it is to be of an humble spirit with the lowly, than to divide the spoil with the proud.
Damn.
He that handleth a matter wisely shall find good, and whoso trusteth the Lord, happy is he. The wise in heart shall be called prudent, and the sweetness of the lips increaseth learning. It's not fair. I had a speech impediment as a child.
I didn't know that, actually. You speak real well.
I had to go do S's were S's back then, and
I didn't know that at all.
And when I'm doing my deep voice, it gets a little harder to differentiate between the ethid and the ethid. It's
That's
also
rad.
it's also very early, and apparently the energy mints don't do anything for
Bullshit.
your oral coordination like coffee does.
Yeah, I've just been pounding it.
Yeah. Instruction, fool's folly, wise in heart shall be called prudent, and the sweetness of the lips increaseth learning. Understanding is a wellspring of life unto him that hath it, but the instructions of fools is folly. The heart of the wise teacheth his mouth, and addeth learning to his lips.
It's a lot of mouth. It's a lot of oral fixation in this.
Yeah. Pleasant words are as an honeycomb, sweet to the soul and health to the bones. There is a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. He that laboreth for himself, for his mouth craveth it of him. What a mouth! Yeah, you're right. An ungodly man diggeth up evil, and in his lips there is as a burning fire. A froward man soweth strife. A froward. That's probably forward, man. Froward? Whatever. And as a whisperer separeth chief friends. This person's crazy. A violent man enticeth his neighbor and leadeth him into the way that is not good. He shutteth his eyes to devise froward things.
Froward.
Moving his lips, he bringeth evil to pass. The hoary head is a crown of glory. If it be found in the hoary head is a crown of glory. If it be found in the way of righteousness. He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh a city. He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh a city. The lot is cast into the lap, but the whole disposing thereof is of the Lord.
Proverbs 16.
It's interesting that you can, like when we were reading Enoch, as weird and challenging as it was, you can tell it's the same person writing it. And you can tell this is not, people have their own little style of writing, and this starts, even the longer sentences, especially when you get the longer sentences, how they're breaking them up is it takes a minute to figure. He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit is better than he that taketh a city. You know what I mean? They leave little spot, and it's pretty cool. I mean, I like writing, so it's cool that it's interesting. To see different.
And it's these must be the best sayings of long time. Who knows how long some of these sayings have been around. I've been doing it more. There's 31 of them, so it's just whatever day of the month it is, you read one proverb.
Oh yeah.
I do that kind of short.
I do that with tequila.
I went to the gym at 4 this morning.
Dude, where your video right now is frozen is so hilarious. It's I hope. Will you be able to see that?
No.
Oh.
No.
Well, you'll be able to see my look though, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. I should have taken a picture.
Yeah. I'm gonna read Enoch a little bit more, but I kind of want to be done with it.
It's up to you, buddy. Whatever you want to do. I'm your
okay. I'm trying to keep some objectivity, discipline. Some goddamn formatting to this shit since people aren't listening.
Yeah. My life. I won't care if you abandon us.
Oh man, it's just
don't worry about it.
it's harder to. The Old Testament is so much easier to read in the sense that like the stories are awesome. Like
right up until they hit a part where they're not.
there's a lot that are rough too, but there's no stories like that in the New Testament. There's no like people. Well, that's not true. There's a lot of people being raised from the dead. That's so hilarious. Jesus comes back and like all these saints raise out of their graves and start walking around the city.
Perhaps. I thought you were dead. we took all your stuff. Do I have to give you your coat back? Your wife has been sleeping with me. I had sex with your cows.
Sorry, it was an Enoch.
Like, what do you say to a guy who comes back? You know, it's like, oh, I got some good news and some bad news. Obviously, you're here, so that's. But there. Sit down for a second. I fucked your cow. I mean, I know that it was your cow, and I know you used to really enjoy. I mean, I just saw how much you loved having sex with that animal, and so I. Honestly, it wasn't for me. It was for the animal. I thought he was lonely. And then your wife came out, and I know how you and your wife used to have sex with the cow together. Your wife looked lonely. Your cow. You can piece it all together. I don't need to get into the details of it, but yeah. Welcome back. I could go on.
It's funny because I had like 5 more things, but biblically speaking, I was going to bring up real quick here, just like, this would be fun, and as you were talking, I was hearing which way he would sexualize those.
Well, let's see if you're right.
Save it. I did look up a verse, and I didn't think it was. No, I won't be able to find it. Never mind. We'll do that next time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's just end on the guy fucking his friend's wife.
His friend's cow.
It's Sunday. It's the Lord's Day, Leif.
It's the Lord's Day.
Let's sleep with the Lord. And whispereth separate chief friends, a violent man entiteth his neighbor to have sex with his wife and his cow.
The congregation of God says, Amen.
Amen. Cool. All right. Well, we did one on a Sunday.
We
That's
did
so
one
great.
on a Sunday. It was early.
I kind of like doing it on a Sunday.
See, but now I have to edit it and put it out.
Right.
So it's like,
yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah,
I did it for you. I don't really. I mean, it'd have been way easier. No, I'm just kidding. I appreciate that.
You're like,
I'm sorry
work 9 hours on one day.
I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Yeah.
No, it was me. I'm done. The house listed.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's end this and then talk for a little bit about that.
Okay. Bye, everyone. Love you, Atlanta.
Love you, Pittsburgh.
Love you.